Hello, it's me James, and welcome back to another episode of Simply Survival. This is the series where I like to show you tips, tricks, and tutorials, and of course, I like to do this in complete survival. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a super simple creeper farm, giving you access to a bunch of gunpowder. This farm is actually an improved version of my previous creeper farm. Some of the improvements include no more spider clog, meaning we can AFK at this thing for as long as possible without spiders making this thing a mess. Another improvement is we are now using a trident killer, meaning we can kill the creepers and spiders faster and get even more gunpowder. Just before I jump into the video, I want to say a huge thank you to anyone commenting improvements on my last creeper farm. Now we have this one, and as I said, this one is greatly improved. However, if you think you see a way of improving this farm, let me know in the comments below. The items you are going to need to build this farm are as followed. I'm not going to read them out because that would add a massive amount of time to the video, so feel free to pause it right now and grab all of these. I should probably mention that you do not need all of these buckets. It does just save a lot of time if you do have more buckets. Also, this cobblestone is literally just for holder blocks. I should also mention that this system requires you to have a looting 3 sword. It doesn't have to be netherite, just a looting 3 sword, and of course a trident. And make sure you have got a shovel because you have got a fair bit of digging to do as well. Now, as far as where to build this, you can pretty much build this anywhere. I'm literally building this 1 block below from where I'm standing. I already have one farm 1 block below from where I'm standing. All you have to do is make sure you light up the area around that farm. As you can see, I've lit up this area completely. I've also gone through the caves and lit up them as well. Step number 1, you are going to need to dig yourself or build yourself a 34 by 18 room. The room needs to be too high, as you can see. I've also made my room a little bit bigger, so I've got a little bit of room to work with. So I'm using this block to deter where my room will be. I'm going to find the center of my room widthways, the shorter way, by counting 8 blocks in. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on the next one, we're going to want to dig out and dig another one out. And now we have the center of the room. Oh yeah, if you keep hearing iron golems dying through this video, it's because my iron farm is literally above us right now. So I'll try and keep away from it as I'm talking. Basically, once you found the center of your room, you're going to want to dig 3 blocks down. So this would be 1, 2, and of course 3. And then we're going to want to go long ways all the way down that way. So we're going to want to go to the other wall, going all the way in a straight line like this. And now you should have a 3 deep, 2 wide trench going through the center of your room. A little bit like this. Now we're going to work on building our spawn platforms. To do that, I'm going to need to get across the trench using some holder blocks. And then we're going to use these 2 as our spawn platform. That means we are going to need to dig these out. Now, you want to dig these trenches 2 wide and 2 deep. You do not need to go 3 down. Just 2 deep will be enough. And once you've done it this side, of course, you want to copy that this side. Remember, they are going to be 8 long. At this point, you basically need to rinse and repeat this process all the way down till you get to that wall. And then you should have something that looks a little bit like this. We now have 18 spawn platforms, and we also have some collection trenches. I've also added these bridges to make building this thing a little bit easier. The next step, we need 4 buckets of water. So best to put a source block somewhere. What I like to do is pick a trench like this and put a source block of water in it, just so I can come back to it. It's a lot easier access this way. We've got our 4 buckets of water. We're going to want to come to the center trench, go to one end. It doesn't really matter what you start on. I'm going to place 2 buckets here at this end, and I'm going to go all the way down to where the water stops. And on this block, I'm going to dig down, and then I'm going to dig all the way to where the water stops again. Hopefully you don't have huge caves underneath like I do, so I'm going to have to fill this in. And there you go. I've basically cleared out to where the water stops again. I'm going to do the exact same this side. Now, you will see that the water doesn't quite meet the center. To make it reach this center point, what we're going to want to do is do the same process again. Remove this block and this one. And you can see here, it will now hit the center. So to make it not spill down the center, we're simply going to want to place a button here and a button here. Now let's do exactly the same this side. Button here and a button here. And of course, this will be where our kill chamber will be. Dude, it's raining again. I swear it rains like all the time on Simply Survival, especially when I'm making videos. Anyway, at this point, we're going to want to go 7 blocks down. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I would say at this point, it's probably worth making yourself a little way out and a access point to your kill chamber. As you can see, I have made one earlier. I just linked it up to my old stairs, which obviously goes away from the farm, so we don't directly come up above the farm. So yeah, my stairs are here, and the farm I am building is literally just under here. So once you've gone 7 blocks down and you've made yourself a little bit of an entrance slash exit, we're going to look up and we're going to start digging all of these blocks out and replacing them with magma blocks. This is going to prevent the spiders from climbing up the walls of the kill chute. On these ones, you want to be a little bit quick because you are going to get a tiny bit of spillage. There we go. You basically want to do every single block in magma, apart from the bottom 2 layers. We can leave those free for now. At this point, let's place down our double chest in our kill chamber, like so. This will just give us a little bit of an idea where to like dig and work from now. What I'm going to do is remove these blocks, including the corner blocks, like so. I'm going to place a few solid blocks in here to fill up the gap. And now all we want to do is have our observers facing the corners, like so. And to do that, all we want to do is basically stand like this, look at the corner, and kind of go like that. And you will get the observer to face the corner. And we're going to do that on all 4 sides. Now let's place a solid block next to the observers. And now we're going to have to do a little bit more digging. We're going to have to get around the sides. So I'm going to dig all the way around the outside. And then I'm going to grab my 4 repeaters, stand next to the stone on the outside like this, place a repeater, and click that thing twice. I'm going to do that to all 4 sides. Once you've done that, you will see that this will make some kind of circuit like this. And now we are free to place a piston on top of these solid blocks. So we want to place one here, here. You might want to break the circuit just to place down your pistons. Here, and of course here, and then of course you can relink the circuit again. To turn it off, simply place a lever here and flick that switch. And now I'm going to come around the outside and simply fill all the gaps with solid blocks. Now, I'm just going to break this block so I've got a little bit of access to the trident killer. As you can see, I'm going to replace these stone blocks with magma blocks, like so. And of course, there will be a magma block here. But first, before I place that, I need to place down my hoppers. We're going to want 2 going into our double chest and then 2 going into these hoppers, just like this. Make sure you're crouching. At this point, grab your trident and throw it in, just like that. We can put down this piece of magma and this bit and this bit. Remove this block and we are ready to go. We can remove these 2 and these so we have access to our chest. And now when we flick the switch, our kill system is complete. The next step, above every single spawn platform, you are going to want to place some trapdoors just like this. I suggest that you crouch because it makes things a lot easier. And once you have placed trapdoors above every spawn platform, you are going to want to place trapdoors on the sides of your spawn platforms. A little bit like this. And then once you place them, you want to open them so they're flat to the wall. And remember to do both sides. And yes, you're going to want to do this to every single spawn platform. Once you've done that, you're going to need your buttons at hand. Now, we will need to add some trapdoors to the ends of our spawn platforms, but we're going to do our button formation first. So let's go to the end spawn platform, and basically we're going to place a button in the corner, come down 2 blocks, and next to this block, place another button. We're going to come down 2 blocks and place another button. Come down 2 blocks and place another button, and that is the formation. I'm going to do this on every single one. I'm going to show you one more time. So we're going to place a button, come down to, next to that one, place a button, come down to, next to that one, place a button, come down to, next to that one, place a button. And as I said, you're going to want to do that to every single spawn platform. In fact, once you've done one, you can pretty much just like copy the pattern like this. That makes things nice and simple. At this point, the farm should look a little bit like this. And now what you can do is actually fill up your water buckets, depending on how many you have. And then place 2 buckets of water at the end of every trench, like this. And as you can see, everything should meet in the center trench. I'm going to do this to every single trench. I got my final 2 buckets of water, and that's all my trenches complete. So basically, this is farm complete, but there is one final step, and all we need to do is add the trapdoors to the ends of the spawn platforms. Now, we can use the bridge right now, and then, of course, remove the bridge, add one here, open this one, remove the bridge, add the final trapdoor. Now, you will have to remove this one so you can get back up. Close the trapdoors and you're good to go. You're going to want to do this on every single side. Remember, if you've got torches on like one of these platforms, this would be a good point to remove them as well, because this thing needs to be completely dark. Apparently, I've left a torch there. Oh, what? Damn, I didn't know I could reach that. So you need to add trapdoors to the ends of your spawn platforms, remove your torches, and of course remove your bridges. And for me, my final step is to add this wall just here. And that, my friends, is farm complete. Now, as far as AFKing goes, I literally AFK my farm. Literally just here. You can see down there is my farm, so I'm not that far away. Although, I think what I'm going to do is move this thing to around about here. So it's like kind of in the middle of the 2 farms. That way, I'll be able to AFK my iron farm, creeper farms, and my gold farm. So yeah. Pretty nice. So there we go, how to build your very own creeper farm. I hope this helps you out in your worlds. And you know, actually, just before I go, weirdly enough, I placed down some carpet here and here, and it's totally disappeared, like gone. So if anybody else has had missing carpet in their worlds, let me know in the comments below. I'll catch you on the next one.